distinguished senators, members of the House of Representatives, and other distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my tax collector, and I can't see any PRC. I thought they would be sufficient to represent us. Otherwise, my name is Kyari, the Group Chief Executive Officer of the NNPC Limited. Mr. Chairman, the letter that we received was very clear on the expectations from us. It asks specifically that was the statute establishing the entity that we are representing today. And I would like to thank you because the NNPC Limited was a creation of the National Assembly. It was created by the PIA 2021 into a commercial company that will follow all the rules of engagements of all private entities, just so much as Shell, Chevron, and the rest of them operating in our country. And Mr. Chairman, I would like to specifically say that this has worked for our country, and you now have a commercial national oil company that obeys all rules, regulations, that is bound by all the provisions of the Petroleum Industry Act, and also the Company and Allied Matters Act and all other corporate governance standards that every company of our status and our type of business operates and respects. Mr. Chairman, I'm very happy to say that this development has brought many things on the table, from a loss-making corporation up to 2020 to a clearly a profit-making company by the end of fiscal 2024. The implication of this, Mr. Chairman, is that we meet all our implications, all our obligations, taxes, royalties, and declare dividend to the tune of over 3.5 trillion naira by the end of fiscal 2024. Mr. Chairman, I would like to also emphasize that we are clearly an oil and gas company, and this company operates within the space created by our laws. And I believe that the chairman of FRS and also the chief executive of NUPRC is here. Otherwise, they will confirm that we obey all the rules, all the regulations, the fiscal terms that are applicable to every other company in the country. And on the basis of this, we make all our remittances So by provisions of the law, we are no longer required to make payments into the consolidated revenue account. So we pay taxes and royalties to the FRS and the NUPRC respectively, and ultimately to declare dividend, and we make these payments to the accounts established by the shareholders of the company, in this case, the Ministry of Petroleum Incorporated and the Ministry of Finance Incorporated, both of them resident in the Central Bank of Nigeria. And therefore, you will not see any inflow from NNPC directly into the consolidated revenue account of the Federation, which is also, we understand very clearly, flow into the consolidated revenue account is bound by the provisions of our Constitution, and obviously, because of the creation of the NNPC by the law, it is required to make direct payments to the institutions that should make those payments to those institutions. And I must also point out that it's an oil and gas company. Everything we do comes from production. And I must also add, Mr. Chairman and co-chairman, that we do not have 100% visibility of all production in the country anymore. We're only accountable for the production that is coming from our joint venture arrangements, the production sharing contracts, and those production that are coming from our wholly owned company called the Nigeria NNPC E&P Company Limited. So whatever numbers we present is not reflective of national production. We can only account for the production that we are accountable for. There are independents that we have no visibility, we have no business with them, we do not know what they are doing, and we'll have no say and no numbers around this. Having said this, Mr. Chairman.
No, I think you need to make yourself clear.
Yes.
Nigerians don't understand these technicalities.
NNPC is in partnership with multinational companies and local companies, either as joint venture partners or production sharing company partners, contractor partners. So we know everything they are doing in these two arrangements. We also have a wholly owned company, it's called the NNCPL Limited, which produces independent of this arrangement, and we know everything this company is doing, and we're accountable for it. What I said we do not have visibility is that you have marginal bill operators, you have independent companies that don't have any relationship with NNPC in terms of oil production or other operations of the oil and gas industry. So only the regulator can account for their production. That's what I mean. So whatever I'm going to say, it is around the production that NNPC is accountable for. Of course, as a matter of due diligence and oversight, we do keep data that we collect from the regulator to make sure that national objectives are met and that we can see other people's contribution, but not as a matter of obligation. I think that's the point I'm trying to make. So these data are public, it's published by the NUPRC, and we all collect the data from the same source to see what even the independents are doing. But by no means we have any responsibility on those people. So having said this, I would like to also point out that in fiscal 2024, now overall, we made about 92% of our planned production, and I'll give you the data subsequently in the written submission. As a national figure, the country did not meet the targeted production for 2024. And secondly, the other element that is critical is price, which is also a major subject of this discussion and financing our budgets in 2025, going forward. Price estimates, as you will recall, Mr. Chairman, for 2024 is for $78. We do have. And that's why I said, Mr. President, estimate submitted, the executive estimate submitted to the National Assembly of 2.06 is realistic and is realizable. That is where I started. So whatever contribution is expected from NNPC, we will meet it and perhaps even exceed it. We are aware that our contribution should be 1.88 million barrels per day from our own businesses and related businesses. And what I really said is that we will take it to the board of directors as becomes an obligation, as an internal budget matter for us to do. That's really the point I'm making. I'm not saying we don't know what productions will look like in 2020. So we do the contribution that is allocated to us. There is a substantial engagement between us and the budget office and our shareholders to agree with those numbers that we can deliver it. So I confirm that the numbers you have in the budget is realizable and is realistic.
Agency is a corporation for the financial reporting. Not until we see it, we will not comment yet. But as you said earlier, you don't mind forensic auditing of the activities. Our own major concern is the revenue drive, especially when it comes to where there are some claims. So the issue of that reconciliation, I think the committee is very much interested in it, and we will appreciate we have full details of those claims. Where the committee will appreciate to have full details of those claims, and then we will look at them, scrutinize them too, and then we will see from there if there will be need, if the reconciliation is not coming up, because this reconciliation has been going on for a very long time. And there is need for us, since we've been able to close off the issue in October, in terms of whatever NNPC is doing in order to meet the gap. So once we get those details, we'll be able to now clarify if there will be need for any forensic auditing. From your submission also, you did mention that you can categorically explain about your own revenue drive in terms of the production from you. Yesterday, the CEO NUPRC was here and he has given us that detail. From what you have explained and what he did yesterday, I think my distinguished colleagues and honorable members are here. I don't think there is any variance. So I believe we are on the right track, and with the optimism I have seen from the group chief executive of NNPC, I believe that the revenue projection we have here is very feasible. And we want to also look at the possibility of NNPC telling us that they can even do more than what he has mentioned, so that we'll be very comfortable. So whatever fluctuations that will come either in the pricing or in the production, we will still be able to meet all the targets. With this, I don't know if my co-chairman have anything more to add. Not. So we can now discharge NNPC.